Hello again, Guardians, and welcome back to the channel for another Destiny video, and welcome to the tower for a vendor roll video of the vendor rolls weapons, and also the 98 to 100% max rolls on the armor pieces. Now, we are in the hot seat right by the Future War Cult, and that means we have to announce the winner of last week's weekly giveaway of 1,000 silver or a Destiny emblem from Bungie's store, and that winner goes to the False Vanguard. Congratulations. All you have to do now is please respond back to the message I sent you on YouTube, and then go over to my Twitter, send me a DM, and then we're going to do a third verification process to know that you are the true owner of the YouTube channel that I messaged, and then after that, I will give you your 1,000 silver or your Destiny emblem of your choice from Bungie's store, currently available right now. Now, to get into this video, we're also doing another weekly giveaway. As always, I love to do giveaways for you guys every single week of around $10. And I'm also giving away 3 copies of Destiny 2. So if you want to enter in for any of those giveaways, the details are on the screen now. All you have to do is pause the video, read the instructions, and enter in for every video or every giveaway. And congratulations to whoever wins. Now, to get into this video, let's go over the weapon rolls first, and then we'll move over to the 98% to 100% max rolled armor pieces or artifacts or ghosts that are available by the vendors. Now, the very first person I want to talk to this week is Lakshmi, and we're going to go over the whale first, which is the hand cannon, and I'm actually a bit stooped about this. It's all the PvE rolls you would like. It's got the explosive rounds, it's got triple tap, it's got Firefly, it's also got Hammer Forged and Quick Draw, and it's got Sure Shot IS and Quick Draw IS, which all around is every really good roll for a PvE hand cannon. So definitely worth taking a look at this week and picking up for yourself. The next one we want to talk about is going to have to be the Scout Rifle. Now, the Scout Rifle is going to be the Wounded, and this is also going to be a pretty nice roll for PvE. You could also use it for the Crucible. This one's going to have Hidden Hand, it's going to have Unflinching, Perfect Balance, Explosive Rounds, Quick Draw, Range Lens, RLS 3, and OEG. I'd recommend going in for the Range Lens or the OEG. I would not recommend the Red Dot Aura, which is the original Red Dot. I would recommend running the Explosive Rounds. You can either opt in for Perfect Balance or Unflinching depending on your scenario. And then obviously you'll have that Hidden Hand active as well, which is always good for a Scout Rifle. Next up, we got to run over to our buddies at Dead Orbit. Dead Orbit's got some really nice stuff, so we're just going to run over there real quick. And I also want to just quickly say thank you to everybody that's jumped into my Twitch live stream. We actually got Twitch affiliate on our Twitch channel, so that actually happened today. I'm actually really impressed by that. Checked my email, and it was just an amazing thing to see. Now, for this one, I'm going to just look at the Keystone 1 really quick, which is going to have Zen Moment. It's going to have Small Bore, Triple Tap, High Caliber Rounds, Quick Draw, Range Lens, RLS 3, and it's going to have OEG Rifle Scope. Now, I'd opt in for that OEG Rifle Scope. Definitely use High Caliber Rounds. You can use Small Bore or Triple Tap depending on what you're using, but remember, if you're going with Small Bore on a Scout Rifle, it will lower your magazine size, which it already has 14 rounds in the magazine, which is not high already, so I would definitely opt in for Triple Tap instead, and then Zen Moment. It's going to be a pretty decent roll. The next one I'd obviously recommend, almost every single week I recommend, is the Extremophile. It's actually got a pretty good one this week. It's got Hidden Hand, it's got Small Bore, Crowd Control, Flared Magwell, and Quick Draw. It's got Sure Shot IS and OEG. Sure Shot IS with the Quick Draw, and then running Small Bore and then running Hidden Hand is a pretty good roll. You could also opt in for Crowd Control and Quick Draw and Hidden Hand. Either way, you can switch out Crowd Control or Small Bore, doesn't really matter, but I would recommend highly to use Small Bore. And that is the Extremophile for this week, so pretty sweet. Now we have to go over to our buddy Ronnie over at the Vanguard Quartermaster, and he's going to have just one thing I would like to take a look at. Actually, no, he's got 2 things I'd like to take a look at this week, I believe. The very first thing is going to be the Scout Rifle, which is going to be Angel's Advocate. It's not the best roll of the Angel's Advocate ever, but it's got Third Eye, it's got Braced Frame, High Caliber Rounds, Life Support, and Mulligan. It's also got Range Lens, RLS 3, and it's also got Reflex. So Range Lens, definitely. Mulligan, definitely. Braced Frame or High Caliber Rounds, depending on your situation. And then you obviously have your third perk, which is Third Eye. And then the next one I would like to have you take a look at is the Teacup Tempest. This one's actually not that bad of a roll. It's got Hot Swap. And it's got fitted stock, it's got high caliber rounds, and it's got mulligan and feeding frenzy. It's also got fast draw IS and quick draw IS. So all around, pretty decent roll from Ronnie this week. So those are 2 weapons you should check out from Ronnie. Okay, so our site is going to have 2 weapons to take a look at this week, and one is of a God roll palindrome. Now the palindrome is normally always God roll for some reason, but occasionally we do have a bad week. This one's going to have Icarus, amazing, especially for Trials of Osiris and you do those jump shots. You've got explosive rounds, you've got rifled barrel, and you've got luck in the chamber. So this can be either a Crucible roll or a PvE roll. Otherwise, you've got luck in the chamber, you've also got the rifled barrel, which is insane, so amazing. And you've got Icarus. You've also got fast draw IS and quick draw IS, so all around a God roll palindrome. Definitely have to go and pick it up this week. Then we've also got one more thing to take a look at, which is going to be the 0-day dilemma. This one is going to have counterbalance, small bore, rifled barrel, rodeo, and danger close, steady hand IS, and OEG rifle scope. Now I'd recommend the OEG rifle scope, run the rodeo, run the small bore or the rifled barrel. I would more prefer the small bore just to increase that range and stability, because you really want stability with an auto rifle. And then counterbalance. Counterbalance is amazing on an auto rifle, so a pretty decent roll altogether. Now I wouldn't recommend this one to be a God roll auto rifle, but it still is a really good one to use in Crucible. New Monarchy is the last dude we got to take a look at, and he's got 2 weapons I'd like you to take a look at this week. It's going to be the Assembly 2, not the best version of it. I would actually switch out Rangefinder with Counterbalance, but it does have Rangefinder, it does have Perfect Balance, Rodeo, high caliber rounds, quick draw, steady hand IS, and OEG rifle scope. Ultimately making it a pretty decent roll, but not the best one. I would say if it had the high caliber rounds with the Perfect Balance and Counterbalance, this would be a pretty great roll. Next up is going to surprisingly be the machine gun, the First Citizen. Now the First Citizen 9 is going to have counterbalance, hammer forged, unflinching, high caliber rounds, quick draw, smart drift control, and soft ballistics. So I would recommend using smart drift control, then using the high caliber rounds, hammer forged, and counterbalance, making it a pretty decent roll. So if you need a machine gun by any chance, the new Monarchy's not that bad. Now it's time to really go over to DIM, Destiny Item Manager, and checking out the 98% to 100% maxed rolled armor pieces, artifacts, and ghost shells. Okay, Guardians, now that we're in DIM, Destiny Item Manager, a Google Chrome extension that's very useful. You can actually download it when you have Google Chrome applied to your web browser. And when you have it installed, you can actually check out your Guardians inventory, the vault space, transfer items in between all 3 very fast compared to the Bungie.net companion app. And then you can also check your record book progress, and you can check the vendor roles, which were in that inventory right now. So checking the vendor roles is really easy. You just click on the vendors tab and go through. The Titan Vanguard is going to have a 100% rolled ghost shell, which is going to be the Tower Watch shell, and that is going to have intellect and strength. Then moving further down, we can actually check that the Hunter Vanguard has nothing. The Warlock Vanguard has nothing of use. The Vanguard Quartermaster has really nothing anyway. Eris Morn, nothing again. House Judgment is not really that surprising either. We do have a 98% Titan mark, which is the Devil's mark. That's going to be an intellect and strength build. Then we move down to Future War Cult, and Future War Cult has nothing of any surprise to us. So the highest is a 97% Warlock helmet, which is not a 98%, so we won't go over in this video. Then we've got a 98% Ghost Shell from Dead Orbit, which is going to be a Discipline and Strength build. Then we have nothing really exciting from New Monarchy except for a 98% Warlock Bond, which is going to be Intellect and Strength. And we have a 100% Maxed Rolled Ghost, which is going to be Intellect and Strength. Then, moving on to the Crucible Quartermaster, nothing really there. The Crucible Handler, nothing really there either. Then, moving down to the Cryptarch from the Iron Temple, we do have a 104% Memory of Silumar artifact, which you might want to go and check out. It's got intellect and discipline, discipline reaching up to a really high max, and intellect reaching up very high as well. The discipline's got a roll of 113% and the intellect at a 95%. So all in all, it's still a pretty decent roll to check out and look at. It is over 100%, which is always nice. Then moving on to the speaker. The speaker is going to have really nothing for us to take a look at. And moving even further down, the Cryptarch is the last vendor to take a look at, is also nothing. So ultimately, nothing really exciting out of the max 100% rolls or 98% rolls. There's a couple ghost shells, there's a couple 98% rolls on the armor, and then there is that 104% artifact from the Cryptarch at the Iron Temple, but other than that, nothing that great. Ultimately, definitely go and check out a couple of the weapons that I showcased in this video, and if you want to stay tuned for next week, make sure to subscribe if you haven't already. Now, if you have subscribed, thank you guys so much for the support, and also, again, thank you guys so much for the support over on Twitch, because my Twitch channel reached over 1,000 followers, and we got Twitch affiliated today, so that is absolutely incredible. And as always, stay violent and be privileged.
Oh, hi. VPG isn't here right now, but I guess you enjoyed the content. So over there's the logo you can click on. That will allow you to subscribe. More content up there, and behind the scenes daily content over here on the vlog channel. There you go. Enjoy!